My name is Vaibhav Fadnavis, and I am an alum from the class of 2006. I currently also am a director of analytics at Bristol Myers Squibb. Bristol Myers Squibb is a global pharma company, and I lead the product development, manufacturing, and supply chain analytics organization. I have been in an analytics industry for quite a few years, and in this space, I have been using AI as part of my work. However, with the recent advent of generative AI, analytics development has been significantly accelerated. Today, I would like to talk about two scenarios where we have done some experiments, seen some successes, and believe there is potential for future as well. The first idea is around employee productivity, essentially using generative AI to increase the throughput from employees. The second area is about increasing the adoption rate of analytics to ensure organizations develop a culture of driving data driven decisions. One of the key levers to do that is to improve the consumption of analytics by end users and stakeholders. Talking about the first area, employee productivity. If you look at the workforce today, it is usually comprised of people with varying levels of work experience and diverse technical and business backgrounds. However, many enterprises require a significant amount of time, ramp up time for these employees. There is a case for using generative AI to reduce this ramp up time and improving throughput for the employees, especially those who are relatively new to the organization or low in work experience. One approach we have tried is generative AI based code assist. The idea here is to use natural language prompts or code engines that autofill code so that generative AI can produce codes for specific scenarios much faster. We have seen a 25 to 30% reduction in cycle time when employee uses generative AI based code assist compared to doing it manually. Another benefit of generative AI is to enable deeper domain understanding. Many employees with pure play technology backgrounds may not have deep business understanding. With the assumption that business logic is embedded in code that resides in applications and data transformations, employees can use generative AI based prompts to query these code bases and gain an understanding of business logic in a simple natural language format. As a result, the domain expertise of employee increases and they are able to produce outputs in line with requirements of end users and stakeholders. We have seen faster ramp ups and quicker onboarding as employees better understand the business. Additionally, their fungibility increases as they are now able to work across multiple domains more effectively. The other area I would like to discuss is the adoption of analytics by users and consumers. The prevailing approach to generating insights like dashboards or models is to follow a persona insights action framework. Here you try to understand end users, figure out the important question they need answers to, and then present those in a format that is easy to consume and understand. However, the design of this process essentially is a third person based approach where someone in technology plays this design role for the end user and customer. Depending on their understanding, they can produce outcomes that may or may not meet the requirements. Even if they do a good job, there is limited scope for personalization. For example, an end user in one part of the enterprise may have different needs than an end user in a different part. This is where generative AI becomes very useful. Now, all you need to do is focus on the data pipeline and data product creation, letting generative AI be a layer on top of these products. End users, depending on their needs, can query the data in a format they want by leveraging prompt engineering. An example would be a user might ask, what are my three top products? And request a bar chart to see this view. Another user might want to see the trend of these three products over a period of time. As a result, they can create very customized analytics that enable them to track their business in a deeper personalized way, thus helping them making decisions that are aligned with the needs of the moment. This reduces the need for a translator role and places the power to query data directly in the hands of the end user, who is much closer to the decision making process. Consequently, generative AI embeds decision much faster within the organization, which boosts adoption rates. So while there are some challenges today, such as the ability to stitch the right data sets, context length limitations for generative AI tools, and occasional hallucinations, I am a firm believer that these roadblocks will be solved in the coming future, leading to a scenario where data truly drives decisions in the enterprise. To summarize, AI is playing a massive role by helping both producers and consumers do their job better. Space is constantly evolving with new products and solutions emerging almost every other week. I'm highly optimistic that all these advancements will improve organizational productivity across different employee types, enabling companies to solve problems faster and more efficiently.